Aristophanes was a Greek mathematician. He loved math and science, and he did lots of great things for our country. Here I'm dressed in traditional Greek outfit. We have my toga and my headpiece. Here I'm wearing a traditional Greek outfit. Here I have my toga and my candle, and this isn't a part of it, and my headdress, which is very traditional. In light of the Christmas season, I'm standing here in front of this Christmas tree, and this is a very German thing, so it doesn't really relate to Aristophanes. It does. So we're just gonna get on with the video. This is talent, my candle man, because it was dark back then in Greece. It was dark in Greece, and Aristophanes didn't have very many light fixtures like we have these days. One of the things Aristophanes had was Greek yogurt. Now, I've never really had Greek yogurt, so I'm going to try it here and now today because I am a fan of Aristophanes, and it's actually not bad. It tastes like Go-Gurt. Tastes like a crappy version of Go-Gurt, like American Go-Gurt. Tastes like Greeks just tried to rip Go-Gurt off in a bowl. Dude, what are you doing with that candle? It needs to light me. Yeah. This is not safe. This is how we stayed warm in Greece back in the day. Speaking of fire and keeping us warm, Aristophanes said that he wanted to know how far away the sun was. So guess what he did? He found it out. Aristophanes was an amazing mathematician for his day and age. He was born around 256 BC. Oh, don't get the wax on me, don't get the wax on me. Aristophanes was a brilliant young child. He didn't have very many accesses to what you say schooling or knowledge. So he went to this thing called a gymnasium where people played sports and they did things like that, but mostly it was about learning. It's not the gymnasium we think of today, but we're going to go to a gymnasium to see what kind of experiences Aristophanes might have been able to experience back then while he was learning in the gym. That's coming up. We're here at this gymnasium. This is a place where people would come to study and to learn poetry, music, and academics such as math and science. I wanted to get the same kind of experiments as Aristophanes because he would have had to learn in places like this. Aristophanes, like I said before, didn't have a lot of education. So these free gymnasiums were provided by the new king at that time. These sort of accesses weren't allowed back then. But the new king said, no, people need to learn. So he opened up gymnasiums. So I wanted to get that experience of learning, just like Aristophanes did. Wow. Aristophanes was pretty great. Aristocrates also circumference navigated rounded the Earth. Whenever around the Earth, he figured that out. The way he did this was he measured a known north location and a known south location about 500 miles apart. This was an impressive feat for someone back then because traveling was not nearly as easy as it is these days. He took these locations and then measured the angle that the sun was at each time of the day, and he measured them from each location, and with magic of math he figured out how around the earth is around it, and through that he became one of the greatest mathematicians ever to live. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Eratosthenes, he was not this cold, and he would measure the sunlight from there's no sun out right now. He doesn't want to play right now for some reason. So Eratosthenes would take a stick of some sort, and come on.
I'm zooming in. I just my legs.
Sticks, and like I said, to measure the circumference of the earth, he would put a stick on the ground, and then, as you can see, this is, say, our south location, and the shadow is coming right here. So he would measure that angle that the shadow was being cast on the ground, depending on where the sun was in the day. And this.
Where did you come from?
In this example, we're using this very nice light fixture as our sun. All right, now, if we bring the stick over here to our north location, over here, as you can see, the shadow.
It needs to be way further away. Go that way.
Dude,
like right
I am so freezing right now. The shadow is pointing that way. So then he would measure it there, and it would be about 500 miles apart. And the sun would do it, and then he could measure the sun, and then where the sun was, depending on, because it was 500 miles. So then 500, there's 360 degrees in a circle. So then he would multiply those numbers by 360, and you would figure out all the miles around the entire Earth. And it was really interesting and neat. And I'm actually about to get hypothermia, so let's go inside. Wow, Eratosthenes was a pretty cool guy. Although, his competitors did call him names. I think we've all been there a few times. His competitors called him things like beta because he was always second in his endeavors. That's not a very nice thing to say. Other ones of his competitors called him Penthelos, after the great Olympian competitors, because he was very well-rounded in all aspects of his learning. I think we can all say we learned a great deal about Eratosthenes tonight. He is very cool, and he was Greek. So, you had it here, folks. That's all for me for today or tonight, or whenever you're watching this, really. This is HTM Productions. I'm Papa Jacob. Subscribe to them because they're pretty chill people and some of my greatest friends. Subscribe to HTM right here. This is where you subscribe. Thank you for watching, and please come back again to learn more about your favorite Greek mathematician or subscribe. Eratosthenes.